Hey, everybody, it's Monday night. It's Always Bookin Comedy with Mark Masters, and our guest is not here. So I just sent him an email. We'll see if he pops in, and if he doesn't, I'll just share some recent stories and we will bounce. I don't know why. If you're watching on mobile, there's a little picture of me in the middle of my camera view, and I'll have to try and figure that out for next week. But it's been there for like 2 weeks since I was in the car the last 2 weeks. Last time you heard from me, I was in the car driving to and parking at a show in El Segundo, California. I did 4 shows in Los Angeles last week. The El Segundo one was at 5.5 Brewing. Shout out to them. Awesome lineup. Just killer lineup. Andrew Orofo headlined. To give you an idea, he, a couple days later, headlined the Improv Comedy Club in Denver. Cooper Layden, Leyden, was on the show. Very funny, young kid. Hope to work with him in the future again. And Johnny Taylor, also very funny. Some other good comics in there, but didn't get me super excited enough to remember their names. Let's leave it at that. I had a good set. I had a lot of fun. It was not a well-attended show, but I think it was a fun show, and I definitely brought the best show I could to a small, limited audience, and was pretty happy with that. And what a great room. It's going to turn into a great room. I guess that was only the second show they've ever done. The acoustics are great. The hosts are good. One of the hosts is fantastic. He was serious about the lighting and the sound, and so that was pretty great. Well, it looks like maybe our guest is not going to show up, so it's going to be a short solo episode. We will see what happens. I will stick around. In fact, I'm going to send a very quick note that just says, I'll stick around for 5 minutes and then bail. Okay, so I got to fill a few more minutes. So let's see. I went to L.A. It was fun. The shows were pretty good. You can learn more about them. I'll be taping soon on Mark and Jake Tries to Make It. That's my longer hour-long podcast that's pre-taped. So when we're taping tomorrow, and that episode will probably come out in like 3 weeks, the way the cue and the editing and all that stuff is going. So middle of August, you can learn about more detail about my Los Angeles adventures if they make it. I had an incredible taco, a couple great taco experiences. One in San Diego, and one at a place, pretty sure it's called Costa Taco. Might be called Taco Mesa or Mesa Taco. It was close to Costa Mesa, and it had one of those 2 words plus the word taco in it, and it was delicious. I was really impressed. Had the al pastor. It came with some guac on it. It was awesome. I got chips and guac as well. I didn't even need it. I should have skipped that, but had some great ice cream out there. I really like this chain called Handles, Handel''. Man, do they make some good chocolatey, peanut buttery flavors. They have a chocolate peanut butter brownie and a Buckeye that are just outstanding. I don't usually like to support these chains, but when I go out west, when I'm in Arizona, California, it's an Ohio-based place that's been around for, I think, like 100 years when it started in Ohio. So it feels kind of small in that sense. And they make all the ice cream on site at the stores. So that is pretty exceptional. So I'm going to New York City in a week. This Thursday, I'm headlining a show in Greeley, Colorado. Everybody who have friends in Northern Colorado, send them out. I'm at Stella's Pinball Arcade. And then over the weekend, I'm all weekend, 5 shows at the Denver Comedy Lounge. I'll be working on some new stuff for some pay the bills gigs, which I'm calling them. I'm doing a high school reunion and a corporate. I'm not exactly sure even what it is. We're having a meeting this week, but I'm doing an hour where I'm supposed to be funny and maybe educational. We'll figure that part out. By the way, if you're tuning in online, you can ask questions. If it is July 27th, when this is live, you can ask questions on YouTube or Twitch, and I'll respond to them in real time. So it looks like we filled the 5 minutes. I will go another 2 minutes. I'll talk about New York City real briefly. I'm staying in Brooklyn. I'm doing shows in Brooklyn and Queens over the course. I'm there 6 nights. I'm doing shows 4 of those nights. I have plans to go to Mike's with a comic who recently relocated to New York City. So hopefully I can learn something about being a comic who lives and works in New York City, works as a comedian. That night, and then the last night, I'm kind of planning to just go to a comedy show, like at the Comedy Cellar. We'll see what happens. Some highlights on the 4 shows I'm doing. And who knows what else I'm going to do. I'll probably go to the Strand bookstore. You got Broadway. There's so much entertainment stuff. I'm thinking about ditching my phone for a couple of days. Yesterday, I only used my smartphone 6 minutes. Not a new, but pretty good record. I only picked it up twice the entire day. 6 minutes of total usage. Pretty happy with that. And thinking about going old school in New York City and just leaving the phone in the hotel room. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to navigate. I'm going to have a little notebook and write down addresses and ask people, take the subway, figure it out. I won't have Google Maps if this works out this way. I'll bring a paperback or buy a paperback out there, and I'll fill the time and write jokes on the subway a different way. Anyways, I'm doing a cat cafe. I'm super excited about that. I'm doing a park, which should be plenty miserable in August. It will be hot and humid. I'm doing a brewery show, and I'm doing a comedy club show. Okay, we stretched this out to 7 minutes. I have not heard from the guest. I am going to wrap up this episode. This has been Always Bookin Comedy, a very short solo episode. We will be back next week with a great guest who I am going to look up right now so we can promote next week's show. Oh, yeah, Igor from Portland, Maine. I'm really looking forward to that episode. That's going to be terrific. He's a great showrunner out in the great state of Maine. We will see everybody next time. Bye-bye.